I'm an architect, and so I'm doing everything myself, and I'm scared. Architect's all-nighter, badge of honor. That leads to burnout.
That leads to burnout.
Maybe it's an architect who is in Manchester and he wants to do a project in London. How does he know who to trust? What's the refusal rate for you as an architect? 5 quotes, you get 1 project out, or what's the statistics? I want more space, I want to extend 6 meters. What would be the number per square meter that there's this guy who can do a measure house survey for £350 in London. Would you focus more on a skill, relationships, or personal growth? But if the landlord doesn't understand it, he's just getting confused, and confused clients don't buy. Do you compete on price? What is an architect? Who is architect? What do they do? The architect who wants to grow, and I'm perfectionist, I'm going to do it by myself,
Yes.
and then that leads to burnout.
That leads to burnout.
And so how did you overcome it? So it's a personality trait, and many people have it. And so that's that fear, like, how can I trust other people? They're not going to be as good. What if clients will not be happy about it? And, because someone else will not going to be doing as good as I am. And so I'm finding myself doing everything. So if I'm the architect, what would you say so I don't face the burnout?
You can't not trust people, as you have to give yourself time to do things that you're good at. And you have to look at the project holistically, at who's able to take away the pain at different stages. So whether they can do it better than you or not, some might do it better, some might do it worse. But in the end, without actually trying and doing it, you will not know, and you have to try. And
so, when you are scaling up and growing, instead of being the person who is controlling everything, being the person who is empowering.
Yes,
other
absolutely.
people, and then maybe inspiring and giving the direction. Architect's all-nighter, badge of honor that you're rejecting.
Yes, yes, I am rejecting it. It's not work harder, work smarter. Actually keep your sanity and keep your time to yourself.
Have you experienced burnout yourself in architecture?
I experienced burnout when I was in my 20s. You can't break it through with your head. You have to work smart. You have to start thinking. But with my character, I was sort of trying to push it through. So I didn't see the holistic. I was sort of, let's try and power
through and be that one-man band, the architect who wants to grow, and I'm
do everything by
perfectionist, I'm
myself.
going to do it by myself,
Yes,
and then that leads to burnout.
That leads to burnout.
Maybe it's an architect who is in Manchester and he wants to do a project in London. How does he know who to trust? How do you pick the right team in a new environment, in a new place?
Yes, things might go wrong. You're absolutely right. But in the end, internet is powerful. So you do go for teams that have strong reviews, that are trusted depends on where it is, on the community. If they have strong recommendations, strong reviews, we usually reach out and then go to the teams that are highly reviewed in the
so
areas.
Power of the internet.
Yes, it is definitely.
Online presence.
Online presence, absolutely.
That's
otherwise, how would we know?
That's why we're doing this.
Yeah.
We're leaving more online footprint by doing this podcast, and so people get to know you. And so there's 3 elements. And so when people like you, they know you, and they trust you, that's when they work.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And so that can be done by having one-to-one conversation, but that can also be done in a video format where we have a conversation, we add a value, and then people watch it and they say, you know what, I actually like Ruta because I like her values, I like how she's explaining herself, I see the personality, so I trust you. It's not just like terms and conditions that I'm reading about my business. My business is the best, I'm the best, and so on, I
don't see the point in sort of forcing, I'm an architect, I'm a great architect. Look at me, look at this building I've done, this is fantastic. There's many architects that are good. There's a lot of beautiful buildings, and the more you sort of go out there, you realize that you're just another person. And in the end, it's a personal connection. If you can, and if the client relates to you, if you can understand and relate to the client, you're likely to build something together that is going to be beautiful.
What's the refusal rate for you as an architect? So let's say you do 5 quotes, you get 1 project out, or what's the statistics?
I'd say 15-20% we get. The rest just dwindle off and disappear.
Yeah. So that would be, you send out 5 proposals, one goes
One
ahead.
comes through. You get knocked back so many times along the way. You don't take it personally anymore. It just becomes part of the whole being an architect or being a consultant in general. At one point, I was doing probably 5 a week, which take me an hour each. And none of them gone through in the end. And we're still and there's still things that are still being crafted and pushed forward. But I know also it's the reward from things when they actually do come through. One of them has multiple sites in hundreds. That will be a repetitive job. The other ones is working with councils. So it's a repetitive work that we are willing to put effort and time in because it makes sense. So it's a very different approach than, will I spend the whole week putting a fee proposal for a private client for an extension? No, it's probably going to take me about half an hour to do a little sketch and say, is this something that you are thinking about? And what else can we look into helping with?
I'm a landlord, live in London. I want more space. I want to extend 6 meters, rear extension in London. What would be the number per square meter that we put on the napkin calculation average?
I would say £4,000 a square meter average traditional construction. If we are going down the modular, it would probably be about 2,500.
As an architect, would you focus more on a skill, relationships, or personal growth?
It's changed because initially you need the skill to be able to do what you do, and then you need the connections to be able to do what you want to do. Personal growth with architecture, I guess, because things are changing, you learn other new things. That's part of the whole personal growth path. Probably connections then, but I would say anybody starting off in architectural industry, don't forget the personal connections along the way. So do build networks, do meet other consultants, do meet other people involved in the construction industry.
For anyone, would you say here in London where they can get connected, where they can meet other professionals, or is there a place or a networking event, or where?
I started off in going to Eventbrite and seeing what are the construction networking events happening in London, and just showing up and saying, hi, hello, I'm Ruta, how are you? And from there on, you start meeting somebody else, and then they start inviting you to different events that are a little bit more interesting. And they might take part in Malta this Sunday. And I only find out about it yesterday.
I think you need to be available, you need to be proactive, and you need to, people need to know that you are the person who's willing to do it.
Yes.
And probably sitting in home or working in home office, like many people work from home, people are not going to know about you, and you just need to go out there, just talk about yourself and meet people and say, hi, my name is Peter, hi, my name is Ruta, hi, my name is John, and just going out there and just connecting. And we ourselves, we've been part of London Build, which is one of the biggest expos, I think 6 or 7 years, no counting actually the COVID, because that would probably then be more.
Yeah.
And I would say the number one biggest event for us is this London Build Expo, because we make so much connections over the 2 days. It's 2 days, and we talk with so many people that I'm tired of talking.
Yeah.
I'm just tired of talking, because you just keep repeating yourself over and over and over again. It is tiring, but it's necessary.
It is a lot psychology. I mean, I don't really design things. I just talk to people. But that talking, I still need to come across as someone that they will trust me to do the job, or recommend me for somebody else that needs a job. So it's
psychology gets into that personal growth.
So it's just, you have to be you. Yeah. Like you can't sell somebody else. You have to be. If they trust you, they will trust you.
Yeah.
And you have to have strong enough team to back you up. The way I approach it, I know that I will not get the project from the person I meet once.
Yeah.
And it's not about getting a project. It's, can I actually even work with that person? Do we align? The network doesn't become a network because, oh, we're so professional and dear sir, this is
because you have a certificate.
it's
You know?
so I'm an architect. You need me. There's many architects. You're not special. You're just another person. But they need, like, you become friends. You become more. You can recommend somebody else. So you become part of a network that you can help them, not just with architecture, with other things.
Do you have any memberships? And I was speaking to one of our clients, and he basically has found some clients through memberships in being part of a club. So that's the Soho House, and as well, just talking to people, working there, connecting. Do you have any memberships in any places or clubs or anything?
I don't, but I get invited to all of them without memberships. So
Yeah, because you can always bring people on.
I know someone there. Then
so you have good connections.
I have good connections,
You have good connections.
and I'm still deciding which membership I would consider going for, because it'd be good to have a membership just because it's a base in the city.
Yeah.
I've been attending events at Institute of Directors. I've been sort of private membership clubs that you will go and have events at. I don't. A lot of the events I go to are embassy events, invited by different embassies. So it depends on who you're looking to meet and what you're looking to build. I'm not chasing that sort of. I'm very bad at sort of being Instagram or sort of, that sort of, I'm not an influencer. I'm more a personal connection. So for me, it's easy to talk, but I would struggle if I had to do something myself that would be Instagram or Facebook.
So I'm now challenging you, getting out of your comfort zone. I'm saying, come to the podcast. We're gonna get the spotlight on you. We're gonna shine the light.
I'm good at talking to people and meeting people. I am not the one to promote myself, and also looking after the contacts that you have already. So don't forget the ones that you built.
Do you regularly go through your contact list and reach out to them or phone them up? Or
I wouldn't say it's like in my diary, but
like a follow-ups,
But there's sometimes I just remember someone and say, "Hi, how are you? Let's meet up. I haven't seen you in a long time. Let's just have a drink together.
Yeah,
have a chat, catch up." So but they're more like friends. They're not even consultants. They are people that you just reach out and, you can go for a drink, or you can say, "Listen, I need you to help me with this project," and they'll do what they can.
The more conversations you have, the more people know about you, and that's where comes in these clubs and memberships and networking events and expo. If a person shows up there and does not communicate, then no one knows
who you are. They don't even know what you do.
So that's a skill to master, to also be good architect.
Yeah.
Not only the drawings and technical skills, but people skills.
Yeah.
There's this guy who can do a measure house survey for £350 in London. How do you know if the measure house survey were going to be good or bad?
Oh, without having tried it, you wouldn't. If I work with someone that do a good job, I don't tend to try for someone that might not do a good job. There's a trust, and I trust the consultants I go to. I don't tend to get 10 quotes and go for the cheapest. I tend to go for the one that I know that they will do a good job for the project. For any consultant, I don't like to do let's propose 3 options and they can choose which one they want to go for, because they're not necessarily informed clients. I'm informed with my team. So it's my responsibility to get the right team on board, including surveyors. And I will just go for the one that I select.
I find that quite often from many architects that we work with, that they get few proposals, and so they reach out to us and then they reach out to others. And for me, it's fine. But what you said, the client doesn't really understand. So even if I say elevations and floor plans and sections and topographies or block plans, and there's like, oh, it's like, I don't understand. here's cheaper one, let's go with that.
Yeah.
And so we are not the most expensive, we are not the cheapest, but I just know what how much the work cost. So how important is the measure house survey and a strong foundation for then doing the design?
Absolutely. I mean, without having the correct information, we're not able to give a correct proposal. And that long term is costing money, costing time, might cause issues with planning. So absolutely crucial. It's the foundation is the correct information. If we don't have the correct information, we pretty much lost. Go a step further and we actually starting to ask for the points cloud, even if we get the model. Cross-checking
ourselves. You don't have
ourselves.
to guess.
Yes.
You can always check it.
Some things you can guess, but a lot of things in construction we don't want to guess.
Yeah.
So it's crucial to have.
I'm an architect. And so I'm doing everything myself, and I'm scared because I would like to do more. I would like to grow, but I'm scared. What if other people are not as good as I am? What if I then need to pay to someone else and then I have less? And so I'm doing everything myself. What would you say to me if I would be this architect?
What is your dream long term? If you want to just
create a big architectural company in London.
Well, then you have to trust people and you have to take that step to give yourself ability to grow. Otherwise, you are just going to be doing the same thing, the madness over and over without really progressing anywhere. We learn through years who to work with, who not to work with, what makes us perform better, or what we need to do to sort of purge sometimes readjust without taking that step where you trust other people to do certain things. I mean, as a consultant, you only have so many hours in a day.
You know how to win clients. Just try not to make it complicated. I know everyone can, and you have a lot of knowledge and skills and specific wordings that you can use. But if the landlord doesn't understand it, he's just getting confused, and confused clients don't buy. And so just think about how much that costs your emotional space of not actually doing what you're good at by trying to learn through YouTubes and reading the blogs and ChatGPTs and learning to do something that you're not good at. And so that's why I also believe there's power in working in teams. And as we are architects, not the architects, we are measure house surveys, but I don't do everything. So we have a person who is a specialist on actually measuring and registering and working with point clouds, and that's one person.
Yeah.
But then we have a different person who is dealing with modeling and doing the drawings, and that's a different person. So it's a different skill sets. And all that comes down together, and then the client doesn't really necessarily need to know all of the nuances because that's just what we manage. The process is the same like you, but the person goes to an architect. I need an extension. Architect then manages the whole process, and then the client at the end of the day receives the final built
that they can build. Yeah.
The final built drawings and approval, and then the builders is building it.
And it's safe. And I always say it's better to make mistakes on paper than on site when you're digging a hole.
That's where you save money.
Yeah.
Because
absolutely.
You can always place things in the wrong way, and maybe you put a socket here, but then you put the sofa, and actually you need to change the socket somewhere else. So even that's a small thing rather than moving steel beams when you have already built it. But even that costs money. So or moving boilers and pipes and
it's
not
much
thinking
easier
about
on
it.
paper. Just go good.
Exactly. Do you compete on price? Do you negotiate on price?
I think everyone does to a degree, depends on the project. For me, because my contacts are not cold contacts, they're usually people that approach me because they know me already, or I've built the relationship, the negotiation is very different. There is always a negotiation, but it's less of a negotiation because I give them a fair price of what I can do it for. And they know that I'm giving it for a price that I can do it for rather than inflate and then go down. If it's a very strong negotiation on price, I don't tend to take those projects because I know that there's something that's not going to be going right.
It's a red flag.
It's a very, very red flag.
Why Vita Architects decided to work with SpaceSurvey in general?
Well, we needed someone that would do Revit firstly modeling with point clouds. And it was a very clear structure that came from you, because at the time we were looking for different surveyors. We used to work with someone that would just do 2D CAD. And as we were working more and more in Revit, we realized we need that saving time on the modeling. And we reached out to you, and you put a very clear structure that was tick, 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 and LOD 2, 3, 4. And I was like, this is fantastic. I don't need to think. I just go, this is what I want. This is very simple. We got the model from you. It was clear. It was on time. It was exactly what we wanted. And I was like, I mean, this is the person I'm happy to trust to carry on. If I need help, I'll come back. So it was very easy process. Usually that's how it is with all the consultants. If they do a bad job, I'll never come back.
What is an architect? Who is architect? What do they do? Why do I need an architect? Like, what do they do?
We put together the project that can be built. It can be built for a certain cost, timely manner, depending if planning is on time. That is, let's say a client wants to build a house, and they have a site. So we interrogate the site, what can be built on the site initially. We will probably consult with planning consultants and say, these are the restrictions, but potentially you can go for something X size, increase this and that, and this is the maximum, or this is where you can get to. The next steps, we will look into what you actually need. So if we design the building, it's not necessarily the biggest we can get. It's more, what do you actually need for the family, for your use, for your needs, to get the right structure, the right building. Then we achieve the planning. We go into planning, submission for the planning. We prepare technical drawings, the coordination with specialists after planning is approved to actually make it buildable. And if it's buildable, whether we want it to be buildable, as I said, the solution with modular, so to keep time, to keep the cost more accurate, or if we want something a bit more special and it needs to be built in a traditional way, we'll do all the detailing for the traditional. We help with tendering, so we have a number of contractors we work with. So tendering, financing, construction overlooking contract administration. So we're the buffer between the client and the contractor, making solutions on site if there's anything going one way or another, or interrogating the build. So this is in a very fast pace. What would an architect do in a traditional manner for a client that is building a house?
For someone who might think, oh, maybe I can do everything myself. It's like, architects work in teams. There is a power in working in teams and collaborating because you get things done better, a better quality and faster. Yes, cost is involved because no one works for free, that's true. But also you save time and headache and potential losses on doing things wrong or inaccurately.
We are Vita Architecture. We are London-based architects. Our office is in Croydon, but if anyone's interested, do give our office a call. So it's Vita Architecture. And if you ask for Ruta, we can arrange a meeting in person or on call, and we can take it from there if you need any support. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Peter.
Thank you for
Pleasure.
coming. Yeah.
Cheers.
And so you're going to